to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain. We got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in a question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts and allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Listening to Smooth Folk with the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such acoustic sights to show you. You can find this rhythmic section of a podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Google Play. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G, and my also host that's talented as Horse's Arse, Winter Trash Monk the Thizzard.
Hey man, I just came from the Blue Hills of Kentucky with another guitar that I've formed out of these Blue Hills.
Nice. Did you have to kill a hill? Did you slay?
Yes. Oh, it looks like the cops are coming for you already. So
yeah, man, you can't play folk music in I almost doxed myself. You can't play folk music in LA. So that's a no-no.
I used to know, no?
Oh man, did you ever see that skit with Bill Murray and Christopher Guest as Bob? No, it's as Mr. Rogers, and Bill Murray's playing like a jazz musician. And Bill Murray's like, yeah, man. And Mr. Rogers is like, so what time do you wake up in the morning, neighbor? And Bill Murray's like, well, you know, man, I kind of just get up with the sun, you know, wake up like around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, when the mood's right, you know, getting ready for the gig. And Mr. Rogers is like, I wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning. And Bill Murray's like, man, are you serious? That's stupid. Why are you so stupid? He's like, you should wake up when I wake up. Waking up early defeats your constitution, dog. It's so funny.
So guess this song then for the Masters of the Nerdiverse.
Fine, this is the musical version. Let's do it. See you walking, and all I can think about is kielbasa sausage, your butt cheeks is warm.
I messed up the chord there, but that is a Backstreet Boys song that I'm working on for you.
Is that
or In Sync?
Oh, I was about to say, like, what Backstreet Boys song was that?
Tell me why. Tell me.
But a heartache. Yeah. Don't get me started on Backstreet Boys.
Let's get all the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
We're getting all the ladies, dude. Don't get me started on Backstreet Boys. I will just sing Millennium from the first track all the way to the end. I'll just do it. Oh, man. This is an excellent start to the podcast, dude.
Yes. So how was your week?
Man, my week was awesome. I did two major things. And I also I've been laughing at myself because I keep thinking about like out of context quotes from X-Men, the animated series.
Okay.
So, and I'm quoting them to people like who don't understand. Like I was at my grandmother's house and my cousins were walking around, and my cousin was like, "Hey, Mike, what did you do this weekend?" And I was like, I'll bury it, all right, Wolverine. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I just was like, nothing, man. And my mom
So
was
it
like, how
sounds
you
like
feel?
you have a healthy family.
Yeah, they understand. And my mom was like, how you feeling? I was like, my mind, Ledra. And so she understands me at this point where she just ignored me and walked away.
Yes.
As is to do when you are around Mike G for longer than a day. But yeah, I just been thinking of silly X-Men moments, like the part where the X-Men went to go fight the Morlocks, and that one illusionist lady made Wolverine think he was covered in scorpions. And she was like, covered in scorpions. And Wolverine was like, covered in scorpions. Get him off me. He starts slashing at himself in the corner. It's so weird. That show was so ahead of its time.
I don't know if I like that you laugh at that.
It's so funny. Covered in scorpions. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer's having night terrors. He's like, cobras. They're like, just let him sleep. Just don't wake him up because he may go crazy.
Right.
And Homer's like, he's like on the diamond of like a baseball game having a night terror. Cobras. Sorry. My week. Other than that, I watched something and I played something. What I want to watch.
Ooh.
So I want to talk about what I watched first because that's quick. And if you've been following us on Twitter, that's at MNerdiverse. You would know that I did a haiku review on Netflix's Velvet Buzzsaw. I wanted to check that out.
Velvet Buzzsaw.
Blue Velvet.
Velvet Buzzsaw. That's the song.
That's the song. That was part of the soundtrack written by Keith
David Lynch.
David Lynch. Oh man, this movie. It's sold as a horror film, right?
Yeah.
It's sold as some kind of like creepy movie, but it's not.
But the only horror bit of it is its ratings.
It's horrible ratings. Got him.
I don't know if it has horrible ratings, but that was a good joke.
You're right. No, I'm just kidding.
You're right.
You're correct. It almost reminds me of like an old Tales from the Crypt episode that just ran too long. You know what I mean? Like it had the horror comedy thing going, but it could never decide on what it wanted to be. So it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you, dog.
I feel you, dog. It's not scary, but it's not too funny. But it's kind of like this horror, kind of like cursed image, nouveau art nonsense kind of movie that just ran a little bit too long. Everybody in it was great. Jake Gyllenhaal, Toni Collette, Renee Russo. I love her so much. Don't tell me anything about Renee Russo. That's the main reason I watched it. But all in all, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not that good, and it doesn't accomplish anything it sets out to do. It's kind of not to poo-poo it too much because there were some parts I really liked, but just overall.
Would you rather go through your own Velvet Buzzsaw?
Yeah, man. That just seems comfortably harsh, like getting yelled at by a teacher.
You can get a good rash from Velvet.
What are you into? That you know that. That you know about, and that you know this. You know
Velvet Buzz.
Yeah, let's just comb
it's the
over
Perkindan
that.
talking. The Perkindan.
Yeah, man. Ambien causes Star Wars fatigue.
Ambien apparently causes a lot of different things, folks.
Yeah, man. Just don't take it. And the thing I played kind of tied back into last week's episode, where I was a little harsh on a little game called Apex Legends.
Yeah.
I will say that I am not a fan. I will say that I was wrong in my original thoughts.
Yay!
But it was reversed. The main thing that my problem with the game was that how it was unceremoniously dropped on us. Mm-hmm. Kind of like the day we got the trailer is the day we got the game. And this is EA, mind you. This company has infinite money, right? They could have been marketing this thing for months, but they decided not to and leave Respawn Entertainment to die, which is wrong. because Respawn Entertainment is an extremely well publisher of games. Like they just get it. And I felt bad about it. I was like, man, and I can't really talk too much stuff about this game if I've never played it. I mean, it's free. So I just downloaded the game and jumped in and got about 20 so rounds. Got third place on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really. I got carried a little bit, but I was just still learning the game. But still, and I'm not gonna front like I was out there Ramboing it up. Nah, I was on the beaches of Normandy behind a rock. Like, don't kill me, please. But I will say that this is a good game.
He said
It's I never didn't say it was a good game. I just said I didn't like the way that EA left it to
All
die.
right, Mr.
But
President, thank you very much.
I'm just saying. But it's the other way around, because my thing is that and I'll be quick about this, that Anthem comes out like in a week or so. And that's their big money tie. That's their real big like investment game. They put tons of money into Anthem. And they thought they were just going to put out this free-to-play third-person hero shooter, and it was going to make them a little bit of money to cushion into Anthem. But it's looking like it's going to be the other way around, because this game is like doing very, very, very well in a short amount of time. And there's nothing but kind of negative feelings for Anthem right now. It has a lot of bad juju around it.
Yeah,
so
Anthem's
this
trash,
game,
but
wow, shots fired. Dude.
Well, okay, so if we want to go down this road, and let's go down college deep thought, like I've taken one class.
Nice.
So we're seeing the tale of two games here. We are seeing, and both of them are copies. We have Anthem, which is trying to copy Destiny, and we have Apex, which is trying to copy Blackout, which is trying to copy Fortnite, which is trying to copy PUBG. Yes, which is trying to copy a mod from a game. So, but they all, in these copies, like most copies, have a slight alteration to them. Where, for instance, I think Blackout has, I think the closest comparison for Apex would have to be Blackout. Not, I wouldn't go the route of PUBG or H1Z1, although you do have the attachments with the guns. But Blackout is definitely the one I would point to if you're wanting to see a comparison. And another comparison I would like to make is the numbers that Apex got for its first day release, which beat Fortnite's numbers when it first came out.
Still beating Fortnite.
Yes, and it's Twitch. Not right. And it's not the numbers of the Fortnite game that no one wants to talk about, which, by the way, I know one person who plays the Fortnite PvE version, and I think it's evidence that he's a serial killer. If he's listening, the evidence is building up on you.
Dude, you need to move out to state, bro.
Yeah.
You need to go hide.
But, yeah, it's talking about the Fortnite Battle Royale, what everyone thinks of when you say Fortnite. Apex is beating those numbers. And it's in a realm where other competitors have tried to make a battle royale and it was not successful. There's many copies,
right?
And there is it's a weird feeling. Like, I admit, it's hard for me to say that EA did something good.
I don't even give EA the credit. I give
exactly.
Respawn
That's
the credit.
A lot of people. That's what a lot of people are saying. But it's hard. But then you have to be consistent. To where when EA does make a game out of one of its with one of its other members or whatever you want to call it, and it's good. I don't know. I don't know if you. What am I trying to say here, Michael?
I think what it is, Michael.
Oh
no, you called me by my government, sir. No, jeez. Am I in trouble? I must be. Think about my cheek. This is smoothing under the table. Think about Apex
this
Legends.
is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
To be consistent. So if you're just going to give credit to the game company underneath EA for this good game, when there's another company that EA owns that releases a bad game, you can't then say EA is the responsible for that.
Like you said, it's a tale of two games. It's the abnormal amount of pressure that must be on BioWare and Anthem, right? This game has been hyped and there's been short films made about it. Oat Studios, go check out
Mhm.
Oat Studios with Neil Blomkamp. Quick shout out to my boy. No, I've never. He liked one of my posts once, and I've loved his stuff forever. And
Neely Blow.
Neely Blow, me and him chilling at the Tommies, getting some chili chiz frizz.
Yeah, the Tommies.
You know about that life. But you have this
that
game
Tommy Hilfiger's restaurant.
I was just thinking about Tommy Hilfiger. You know how like there's this weird thing going on with Gucci, and how all the rappers are like disowning Gucci, like Gucci's canceled. It made me think about like how
the Gucci gang's disbanding.
Gucci gang, yeah. It's like it made me think about how hip hop kind of always has been in the forefront of fashion in regards to, let's say, the urban youth and people who are trying to emulate the urban youth, from Kangols to Adidas all the way to Tommy Hilfiger to now Gucci. And it's like, once hip hop kind of gets the idea like, oh, your owner and is just racist.
Just
okay,
wait.
We're just not going to mess with you anymore.
Just give it 10 years and kids are going to go back to country.
That's the purest of all futures. But to make my point about Apex before we move on, that's the purest of all futures, Doug. But just to make my point about Apex is that Apex came out to a fart. It came out to a thud, but it triumphed. You know why? Because once you play that game, it's so tight. Like, it's just you can tell that Respawn just said, okay, guys, how do we fix everything? You know what I mean? Like, the littlest details are just tight about that game. It's just from the drop points, from when you first deploy, you can choose to say synced up with your team. Like, that's smart. The ping system, where you can just point at something and say, hey guys, we know you hate talking to humans in these games, so we're just taking that whole concept out if you don't want it.
On the ping thing, I think people are not giving it enough credit. Like, I played a game last night,
so hard.
And I told people that I'm not going to be talking, I'm just going to be pinging. Then he goes, well, you're going to lose then. That's what it's saying. And we did lose, but mostly because the guy was an idiot. So anyways, the ping system is I think changes the game of this whole battle royale thing, because I think a lot of people overemphasize the need for voice chat in these type of games, and they think that they're playing like they're commandos or sort of thing.
Yeah, they think they're part of a SOCOM like Black Ops Squad.
Yeah.
No, the ping, and the thing about the ping is that it's so precise. Where it's like you ping like some ammo. It's like, hey, there's a long mag for a sniper rifle here. Like, it says that in the game, in the character voice, so you don't have to say it. Hey, there's a bad guy over there. Ping the bad guy. Hey, nuke that area with your ult. And it's all so, like, it's almost every single little thing that you can ping has been voice acted.
Yes.
And
a thing that we did not touch yet is how this helps, like, possibly women. If I want to put on my little pink hat for once.
Careful now.
I know. I'm just saying, because I thought it was interesting, because I was watching a YouTube video, and they were and one of the women talking about how much she loves Apex because of the pinging that she can do, and she doesn't have to talk. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I got cut right back to like the Battlefield 1 meme of a woman saying, I need a med kit, and then all these guys come in with a bunch of
throwing med kits at her, making it rain.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I could see that could be an issue that I don't necessarily get, but I want. And
but you know, like, in the representation of the game, like, you have a Maui fighter who's like Polynesian or something. Yeah,
that's Maori, not Maui.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you for the correction.
Respect the culture.
I'm trying.
Okay, I'll take my pink hat off now.
I'm trying. And it's just like your main soldier character is an African American woman. Like, your heel med is like a Caribbean woman. And like, it's so cool. It's like, there's a lot of representation. There's a lot of love put into this game. A lot of love. And it does. And I've always been like a stickler for microtransactions, for loot boxes and things of that nature.
Right.
But you kind of get a pass on, for me at least, when your game does it right. So it's all purely cosmetic and it's not going to help you win. The only thing that bugs me is that you have to kind of feed into the microtransaction system to unlock the 2 secret characters that are available for the game, Mirage, and I think the Caustic, Smoke Master dude.
So
or
with those, you can unlock if you just grind the levels that you're going at, because you get certain tokens and you need to get about 12,000 of those tokens to unlock a hero, or you can just spend the $10, I believe, to unlock a hero.
Yeah, and that's smart because by the time you grind all the way up, you have a full understanding of the map, of how things work, and those 2 seem like high execution characters. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, I tried. I'm just curious before we move on to the news. Who are you maining right now?
Gibraltar, and who's the Jamaican?
Triage or something like that. I think that's her name.
The healer.
The healer. Yeah.
That's how I got my first 2 wins.
Oh, you won flat out first place.
Oh yeah. This has no way influence how much I love this game, but I love that I win.
Yeah, I'm mad at that. I suck at shooters, so I need to work on my aim. But I've been
You're going around where's the monster that I need to hunt in this game?
Yeah. How do I carve this guy's face to make an armor? It doesn't work. Yeah. But I've been playing mostly Pathfinder and the Wraith, I think her name is. The one that can phase shift, because she reminds me of Zero from Borderlands 2. That's the only reason I play as her. But I suck at her because I always shift right in the middle of a firefight and just die. But that'll take time. Oh man, yeah. So more power to Apex Legends. I'm going to be playing some more of it off and on. I just hope Respawn the best, because that's a damn good game developer, and
next month is the Battle Pass release. Don't forget that. And there's been rumors that they are releasing a duo and a solo mode in the future.
Oh, 1v1 me, bro. The assault begins. 1v1 me, bro. Country music is the true future.
Or dope. Country music and rap forming an alliance. And
no, that's called Kid Rock. Kid Rock can't be the future.
Not out of Compton, straight out the trailer.
No, man. John Connor came back.
I'm going for Senator of Minnesota. Boom, miggy, bangy, dangy, dang, diggy, diggy.
No, Kyle Reese came back and altered that future, dog. The Kid Rock future is over.
Now that's a Terminator movie that I would see. Terminator, Kid Rock 3000X. Genesis.
Yeah, man. He had to come back to the past to save the future of a Kid Rock influenced Americana. He saved us all.
Yes.
He died.
He needs
to
separate. So he comes to separate him and Pamela Anderson, and he takes on the form of Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
And then they actually love each other, and then that's when the song "I Put Your Picture Away" comes out.
See, you know way too much. Were you part of the Skynet initiative to get Kid Rock out of the forefront of popular culture? Though?
I don't know what you're talking about, but this episode has been sponsored by Skynet. Have you ever needed IT solutions at a fast and affordable rate? Go to Skynet.com for all your Skynet needs.
All your Skynet needs. I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords. Oh, man.
Have you ever said, hey, there's too much trash in the streets. How about we just blow up this whole city? Have you ever thought that you wanted to live in a universe that was all of downtown Los Angeles? Go down.
Have you ever thought I never have to clean my room if I just destroy my house?
Mm-hmm.
Nuke the city.
Wait, is it downtown Los Angeles where
it's ultra nuked? Yeah.
Okay.
Where you see the skeleton hanging onto the freaking gate. It's just
Wait, that was an ad, right? A political ad. Okay.
Yeah, man. That's going on later this year, though. Get hype. Let's talk about getting hype for this news, man.
We haven't hit the news yet?
No, man. We've been too hype about random stuff.
About Apex. Choked on something, so you start off the news.
Yeah, man. Speaking of choking on stuff, it's just kind of stupid, but I wanted to talk about it because I don't care. I just don't care.
Okay.
So Gail Simone, who is a prolific comic book writer of Birds of Prey, a lot of DC stuff, overall sweet person, sweet spirit, asked a very simple question pointed at Wendy's, the social media ether of Wendy's, and said, "Hey, Wendy's, Marvel or DC? Go." And Wendy's responded, "Marvel, without a doubt," which sparked hella flames and vitriol in the thread of that tweet, where people were saying, "Oh man, Wendy's are posers. You guys don't know anything about comics, right? You guys are just jumping on the Marvel bandwagon to try to get some of that sweet Disney money." And Wendy's was like, "You want to go comic for comic? Because Saga's on hiatus right now. We got all day." And everybody was like, "Oh, snap. Wendy's just put Homeboy in check. Wendy's knows what they're talking about." And then Wendy's was like, "We like DC too, but if we had to ask us put 2 and 2 together, we like Marvel a little bit more. You can like both, right?" And so Gail Simone was like, "Yo, that's hype." And then other fast food companies started jumping in, like giving their 2 cents.
Dairy Queen.
Dairy
I like
Queen.
EC comics.
The horror comics, man.
I like EC.
I like EC. And then the editor-in-chief and Jim Lee of DC Comics took a picture eating a bunch of Burger King. Like, you already know our answer. Like, what is happening? Like, and then, like, I think I gotta pull up the article, but one of them was like, "So when's Marvel versus DC though? When are you guys gonna make that happen?" That was Wendy's. Wendy's was like, "So when are we gonna get Amalgam Comics again? What do we have to do?" And then Gail Simone was like, "Man, if Wendy's somehow puts these 2 together and brings back Marvel versus DC in 2019, my work will be done. I could just stop everything."
So you're saying Wendy's is like the Ronald Reagan or the Henry Kissinger of peace agreements between the United States and Soviet Russia?
Yeah, man.
Wendy's is going to be Marvel and DC.
It's going to be like the Cuban Missile Crisis all over again.
Yeah. And Wendy's is going to be shout out at national peace conventions for war crimes.
And Wendy's is going to, like in Demolition. That was
folks,
that
was a hard joke to get out. I apologize.
That's fine. Yeah. I'm just going to say that Wendy's in our timeline is going to win the fast food wars, like in Demolition Man, and all restaurants will be Wendy's.
I, for one, would enjoy our Wendy's overlords.
Yeah, I, for one, welcome our Wendy's overlords. So I just think it's kind of cool that all these social media guys, except for McDonald's, because McDonald's has no soul, but everyone else kind of jumped in and gave their 2 cents on what comics they like.
McDonald's has the most soul. It's just a bunch of chicken nugget fat.
It's all chicken nugget skin.
Yeah.
Just put together into a purple paste. That's how Grimace was born.
Oh,
Grimace is just bruised chicken nugget skin.
I picture it's just like a scene from Aliens where the egg is being hatched and you just hear rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, man. The egg folds open and a Big Mac just comes out.
Okay, let's move on. I'm eating Burger King right now. That's gonna make me sick.
Speaking of bruised purple flesh, have you seen the new Aladdin trailer?
Yeah. Have you ever? I enjoy that they're using college CGI projects for Disney.
I enjoy that they're bringing us back to the 90s when Aladdin came out. They're using the same CG effects. That's great. I, for one, support that. What's happening, man? Okay, how do you have Disney and Marvel are tied together, right? Disney owns Marvel, right?
That's correct.
And you
tied
have
would mean that Marvel has any
say in the matter.
Yes,
yeah, has any say in the matter. We just left 2018 with Thanos in Infinity War, looking pretty spot on, right? Uncanny Valley is still there, but it looks good, right? How do you let a trailer where Will Smith's face is not even synced with the rest of the CG model? It's like desynced. It's so bad. It looks so bad. Like it just looks
not looking good, folks. Not looking good.
Aladdin, like everyone, like you ask anyone, what's your favorite Disney movie? And they're going to have their opinion. Mine's Aladdin. Aladdin's my favorite old school Disney movie. Some like Lion King, some like Little Mermaid, all respectable answers. Mine is Aladdin. I love Aladdin.
Dark
Music.
Cauldron.
I ain't mad at that. Bed knobs and broomsticks. But what are they doing? Like, I'm like, have we even heard Aladdin talk yet in these trailers? Like, or Princess Jasmine for that
time
matter?
to get that treasure.
Oh, Jesus. I wonder if Iago's going to talk. Anyway,
Or
I can't get
I
hyped
like
for this
rubbing
movie.
lamps. That's what he said.
I like rubbing lamps. Like, I know it's going to be this movie is getting the Johnny Depp defect, where it's like Long Ranger, but Tonto gets all the lines because it's Johnny Depp, right? Disney has made this mistake before. You know what I mean? Like, I get Will Smith is Will Smith, but I don't care about I don't care about Aladdin in this film already. They've set it up that way. I don't care about Jasmine.
Yeah.
I don't care about I don't care about Jafar. Like they're starting off such a wrong. They're starting with such a bad foot, and the internet is so fast.
You know what Aladdin means to me? I wish for ninja and whatever stupid thing he said for that YouTube video. I don't know. I really was hoping that they would try something different for the genie, but then I realized that
you can't.
Of course, yeah.
You can't.
And I'm happy that at least he's going for a different style of genie that isn't Robin Williams style genie.
Well, it's impossible. Like, you kind of have to make it your own.
I know it's impossible, but people have tried crazier things to mimic.
That's rough. Like in that case, it's kind of like the Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson thing. It's like, I can't mimic Jack Nicholson. I just got to make it my own thing, And of course, Heath Ledger won an Oscar post after his death. So, like,
hey,
I think everyone.
Would you like to know how I got these scars?
How you got these scars?
That's my Jack Nicholson doing Heath Ledger's.
That's kind of the roughest thing I've heard in 2019 so far. But I respect it.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Wow. Put Heath Ledger in The Shining and let him rock. That'll work. Can you imagine if they did Can you imagine if Heath Ledger did like a Shining remake? How horrible! Can you imagine if they did a Shining remake? A Shining remake, dog. How do you do it? How do you make it good? All in all, it's a trailer. Will Smith looks horrible. Hopefully, they fix up that CG before the next run. Speaking of horrible CG and companies not making the same mistakes over and over, apparently DC proper is planning to make Aquaman spinoff based off The Trench, a creature that was in the movie apparently like for 5 minutes, and they've decided to make a full movie about these monsters, but still leave us in the dark about what if Superman's coming back. Or the Flash or anybody else. Let's stop everything and make this Trench movie because Aquaman made $1 billion.
These kids like that monster thing in that movie we made.
It's so short-sighted. Like, DC just keeps making the same mistakes. It's like, okay, Black Panther made a bunch of money, like $1 billion too, but you don't see them say, "Oh, we got to make that Shuri spinoff."
But can we say that it's the Wan effect now? The James Wan effect?
James Wan likes his spinoffs. It's the thing.
Well, spinoffs of random things in the film, like the doll in The Conjuring.
Fair enough. That's a good point.
That's why you have me on the show.
That's why you get paid the big bucks. But it's just a head scratch. I'm literally scratching. It's a head scratcher. Why this is like priority? Like, okay, I get the Trench are cool.
DC, you don't want to scratch too hard, or your hair is going to fall out because they're all old people trying to make a superhero movie.
It's almost like you just need to throw the whole thing out. Their whole film division just needs to get thrown out. Warner Brothers, throw it all out because the infection keeps growing after you give it antibiotics. You know what I mean? Like the infection keeps coming back, and right when you think they're doing something good, they release this nonsense. You know, it's half measures, it's missteps, it's not listening or even caring about the source material. Like no one wants it. You know, it's just. I'm sorry, I'm venting because I'm a comic book nerd and this stuff.
It's all right. That's why I have to intersperse random jokes so
I don't fall down a bleach hole.
Yeah,
a trench bleach.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about something different that's not as depressing.
Well, let's talk about something that's not as depressing.
Yeah.
Oh, like Oreo the raccoon, the inspiration for the Guardians of the Galaxy's rocket raccoon.
Yeah,
The little guy
sad.
passed away, dude.
Mm-hmm. Aquaman's still the worst.
Aquaman is still garbage, but at least Oreo is like in cool raccoon heaven now.
Yeah.
You know.
Can you name like three popular animal? Well, okay, that my joke, my answer,
go for it.
My question, because I was going right away to the Frasier dog being as popular.
Yeah, Frasier dog.
I don't remember Oreo the raccoon doing press tours or getting fan mail.
Nah.
The dog on Frasier was so as well as the lemur from Zaboomafoo.
Yeah, man. My favorite. And my favorite actor.
When adventure never ends.
Wow.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, and probably aging myself, my favorite animal star is, of course,
a T-Rex.
For when you saw them in
your cave.
When I saw them. It's the T-Rex from Carnosaur, where it's roaring and there's like laser beams and there's like a laser show going on behind it.
Oh.
You ever seen Carnosaur, dude? It's the stupidest movie ever. They use fried chicken to make dinosaurs.
Why not? Why not? The logic is flawless.
And they just got a T-Rex in a warehouse with like a laser light show going on behind it. And the T-Rex is just standing there getting loose, like screaming, and people just walk out the room like, "Fuck that!" Sorry. Oh my goodness, sorry for the F-bomb, but watch Carnosaur. It's super dumb. A raptor like jumps out of a car engine through the engine and eats two couples making love in a Jeep in that movie.
They should do a remake of that.
Carnosaur is the best. I'll fight anyone.
Yeah,
but
Chris Pratt playing in it. Make a remake of it.
He'd be like, "Blue," and then the fried chicken will chase him. No,
we have a new alpha.
But no, my favorite animal star is Buck from Married with Children. That dog rocks. Buck is the best.
All right.
I'm old. Speaking of things that are owed and a little played out, another trailer that dropped was the Child's Play trailer. I don't know what to make of this thing. I like Child's Play. I like the lore behind Child's Play. But apparently, anyone who has any tie to the actual original, anything about it, the screenplay, the actors, the director, no one gives this thing its blessing. No one. Like, everyone's dogging it. Like, Brad Dourif is dogging it, the original writer. I think John Cassier is dogging it. Everyone's just like, man, this thing is garbage, dude. No one asked us if we could if we even wanted to give it a shot. And apparently, Chucky is going to be some weird AI this time around, which is boring as hell.
Yeah,
it's been done 100 times,
right?
And it's like, it's not the spirit of Charles Lee Ray. The whole reason he's called Chucky, it's Venom all over again. You know what I'm saying? It's
Venom all over, huh?
It's the candy coat of the pop culture, and nothing inside of it matches what it's supposed to be. I hate that. It's marketing 101. It's kind of the worst. If the boy's name is not Andy, I'm gonna riot in the streets. It's what's gonna happen. I'm fired up.
I'm fired up. I want the world to know.
I'm going to do shows where I put you on fire. I'm fired up. But no, I weep for this film. I don't know what it is. I really don't care. It's just like the Pet Sematary. Like, there's so many bad. I thought we were out of the era of bad horror remakes with like Amityville Horror and all those weird Chainsaw Massacre movies.
Well, we were still in that phase of remakes being bad but still making money. Now we are going to get into the second stage of films being remakes, but they don't make a lot of money. And then the next phase,
money.
The next phase is going to be, let's make a remake of Chumbawambas or whatever, the Chunga Chungas or whatever weird.
Let's make a remake of Chungus, Big Chungus stuff.
There you go. Make a remake of Nothing But Trouble, and then that's when they're going to have to go, whoa.
This is why I don't have money.
Let's stop snorting cocaine. We saw what happened in the 80s with our movies.
I can't. I can't I was just listening to a review,
Yeah.
Drew Reviews podcast. Check those guys out. They do really good movie reviews. And they did a review of Mars Attacks. Remember that old movie? With Jack Nicholson, funny enough, and it was just a star-studded cast. And he was like, this movie couldn't be made again because it's almost like they tricked the studios to give them money to make this stupid movie. This stupid love letter to Martian flying saucer film.
Well, it's gonna be in that category of we know how bad it is. That's why we need to make a remake. No. You don't. That's not how the logic goes.
No, it's not how that works.
We know how bad The Room is, so let's make a movie about how bad it was to make The Room. I guess that might work, or this Seth Rogen atrocity that we're talking about. Let's make a movie about the Fire Festival. We already have documentaries. Yes.
Yeah. The story is told. We don't need to make it any more extravagant. Who's going to play Ja Rule? Ja Rule?
Yeah, I would love that.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would unironically see that movie if Ja Rule plays himself.
In the show Time Has Passed, they just put glasses on him.
Yeah, put glasses up and give him a little bit of salt in his beard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would actually put the color gray in it. I wouldn't try to. I don't know why people would put salt in his beard.
Salt? Nah, your beard is weird, Doug.
Yeah, we don't need to put shakers of salt into people's beards to make
people are salty. Nah, Turkish. I'm salty enough. No one's gonna get that reference.
Nah.
Do you have any news before I close it out with the dumbest news probably on this channel?
I have no news. We talked about Apex Legends. I have 2 wins, and the second one I didn't get carried.
I got my 2-piece, Doug.
And I did not get carried as much the second time.
I got carried like a bastard. I need more lap time with that game. One thing I don't like is that the training mode in that game sucks. You have no way to just run around with the character and learn them. You know what I mean? Right. It's all that staged training. Like they literally go run in with three randoms, learn your character. I tried going in with Gibraltar and the shield was so slow to me. He was very Reinhardt-ish, if I had to. But I don't want to go back on that. But Apex Legends is dope. So I did want to talk about a game that I'm very excited for, which is Mortal Kombat 11, which is coming out, in 2 months, in April, I think. Jeez, that game is actually, they just announced it and it's already coming out. And Ed Boon is being very cavalier with how he's announcing characters. Because normally in fighting games, the characters are the currency of that game. It's very important to a fighting game if they have a very even, well spread grouping of characters that everyone either remembers or is new and interesting. Just like Apex Legends, for that matter, like hero characters. Everyone wants to make sure that their quote unquote main makes the roster. So. And they've been doing these combat casts where Ed is just throwing out new characters like Ninja Stars. He's like, hey guys, guess what? Cabal is in the game. And in the same breath, he's like, oh yeah, Devore's making it back too. Don't forget about Kano. Remember we had a character named Johnny Cage? It's like, shut up, Ed. You got to space this out. Give people a time to think about it. But no, he's just throwing out characters. And...
But wait, can you confirm before we go on that they did announce Pennywise?
Not yet. But there's a big leak that happened that announced a bunch of characters. But none of the special guests have been announced yet. None of the cool... Because Pennywise is a big possibility. Spawn is a big possibility, which would be super cool.
Yeah, if
they can just redesign Spawn and make him look dope.
Or they can have Gandalf.
Fly, you fool!
And he just jams his staff into a guy's throat.
Jeez, yeah, Gandalf, man. He just Gandalf just blows the smoke that turns into a boat. That's a call out to Winter's first episode. That's a call out to Winch's first episode where we talked about how Gandalf is vaping super hard.
Oh yeah, Gandalf Vape Lord, or
Yeah, Gandalf, the Lord of all vapes.
yeah.
Gandalf, the Lord of Vape Nation, because he vapes out a damn like treasure ship and shit. Like, dang, Gandalf, he just took it to level 99. He's like, you're a fool of a toque. But one character that we know won't be in the game is Ultra Instinct Infinite Hermano Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Now you may ask yourself, Mike, you said a lot of stupid things in a row right there. And I'm like, yes, it's dumb. And it's a meme that Ed Boon was feeding the internet. So there's a lot of backtracking with this. So Ed Boon is a troll, right? Ed Boon likes to lie, just flat out lie to you. And it's great.
My name's Ed Boon, and I like to lie to you. Or do I?
Like to lie to you.
I just lied.
I just lied. But is that the truth? Oh, Ed, you're slick. You're a slick dude. So Ed will do stupid stuff like,
yes, I'm fooling around with your wife. Or am I?
Or am I? How you got to ask her? Don't do it. You don't want the truth. Ed will do stupid stuff like Photoshop a picture of Sub-Zero in Smash and just be like, question marks? And just let people go nuts.
I feel like Ed Boon and the guy who owns T-Mobile might be in cahoots.
Yeah, man, those guys are nutty dudes. Like, I don't like it. I love it, but I don't like it. So,
and Elon Musk is like the brainiac of the group.
That's what they call the real life Avengers right there.
And then Jeff Bezos is the millionaire of the group. I'm sorry, half a millionaire now.
Hey. Don't say we're not relevant. Don't say this podcast isn't current.
Yeah,
we give you the actual news, not just the nerd stuff that we love. But there's been a meme going around where Shaggy, for some reason, is super powerful. He could defeat Jiren in Dragon Ball, and he has Ultra Instinct Shaggy, Ultimate Hermano Blanco. I don't want to explain it too much because I already have a headache. Just know that Ed Boon was feeding into that meme and making people think that Shaggy might actually be in the game as a playable character, to where he just said, you know what, guys, fun's over. It's getting too close to launch. He's not in the game. And everybody was like, oh, no joke characters. Everyone was like, oh. He's like, yeah, there'll probably be some joke characters. There's probably some joke stuff in the game that he just hasn't announced yet, because we still don't know kind of what this game is other than just a flat-out fighting game. Because Mortal Kombat games are never just Mortal Kombat games. It's always weird stuff. Like in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, there was like a go-kart version of the game. Test your might, you know what I mean? Mortal Kombat's never just been flat-out fighting games. There's always been some weird mechanic hidden in the game that you have to unlock or something like that. Kind of like how Tekken had like Tekken Bowling. You know what I mean? It's always like some weird, fun, silly thing they just throw in the game. So who knows? You know, maybe there'll be some kind of weird Undertale 16-bit RPG for Mortal Kombat hidden in the code somewhere that we have to unlock as fans. You know what I mean? So I'm still going to buy Mortal Kombat the first day it comes out because I'm socially obligated to. But Ed Boon, I'm just not going to pay attention to you until I see like gameplay. Can't listen to the man. Don't look him in the eye. Don't shake his hands because he's probably lying to you. Oh, ooh. What are you looking forward to?
Looking to jamming out with this new guitar that I got.
Hell
and
yeah.
Playing some Apex Legends.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to finishing up Leon A in Resident Evil 2 remake. Still love that game. If you guys, I'm thinking about giving out my gamer tag on Twitter. I'm looking for a squad to run on PlayStation. So I'm thinking about doing that at MOTN Plays on PlayStation. So I may be putting that out there if you guys want to jump and we run some sets. So I'm not running with public people. So I definitely want to play some more Apex Legends. Nothing really coming out movie-wise that I'm hype about. I'm just looking forward to working on some more artwork. I'm actually working on this project that we've been kind of mentioning on the periphery of the podcast. And it's coming along swimmingly. So I can't wait to really show you guys what that is sometime down the road. So that's my week. The rest of my week, rather. You have any passing thoughts, Winter, before we close this bad boy out?
Yeah, check me out on the social media at Trash Monk the Third. That's Trash Monk III. And I forgot to do in the beginning, Trash Monk III!
Yeah. Spice.
Spice.
So spicy. He's like, El Kabong. Winter is El Kabong confirmed.
Yes. I'm slowly becoming Paul Schaefer to your David Letterman.
That's okay, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Hey, what, you want to play a little doozy while I go through our plugs?
Yeah.
So, if you like the content on this podcast and would like to support us monetarily, you can do so via our Patreon, which is at mastersnerdiversecast.com with a simple donation of $1 a month. Can absolutely help benefit this podcast and make it amazing. But if you wanted to support it non-monetarily, you can always do so by leaving a like on any of our different social media platforms, commenting on our podcast episodes, letting us know what you think of the show, and always subscribing is great. I have, of course, been your host, Mike G.
And I've been your host, Trash Monk the Third.
And we will always ask you to take that one step beyond.
Eller kan du rapar du look at me for det är till det eller par vi det lossa till la sit to me rapar jag skulle la tur är till mig